What's up, everybody? And today we're checking out something very strange. AV-8B Harrier emergency landing without nose gear. This is by Air Source Military. We've reacted to this channel before. They're actually a very, very good channel for military footage. I would highly recommend. I'm trying to figure out which video I reacted to theirs in the past. Oh, it was the paratrooper jumping one. Honestly, the video footage that these guys get is absolutely phenomenal. Head over to their channel, link down below. Give them a subscribe, a like, all that good stuff. This is only a short video. It's only like 3 minutes long, so let's watch it. Let's replay it. Let's, have a bit of a talk about what's going on and what my opinions are on the situation. I think it's going to be a very interesting video. Before we get started, I put up a poll earlier today about wanting to get back to playing video games on the channel. I really want to get back to playing video games on the channel. I do kind of want to keep it in the military, maybe FPS vibe. I'm okay straying a little bit with maybe a little bit of military horror. Maybe some Warhammer. Space Marine 2 comes out soon. I want to play that. Let me know what you think. Head over to that poll and comment what video games you want me to play, because I do want to get back at it again. I feel like going back to the old ways of a couple of gaming videos a week and a couple of reaction videos a week was really a nice model, and I'd love to get back to it. So head over to that poll. If you go to my channel and then go to the community tab, you will see the poll right there, guys, okay? Anyway, let's shut up, let's pull this up, and let's see what's going on with this aircraft.
It was a normal flight day. We were going out to repunch currency for landing at the ship in the evening. There was nothing crazy about it. I took off, and as I was climbing away from the deck, I put my gear up, realized I had a gear malfunction, so I immediately pulled the power back, slowed the aircraft down so I wouldn't overspeed the landing gear.
What happens with gear malfunction? Like, I feel like this is a very worrying scenario with all aircraft, right? Like, if your gear malfunctions, then what are you supposed to do? Like, there's no backup, right? Like, that's terrifying.
And then went just above the ship at about 2,000 feet and started talking to Paddles, who is another jet pilot in the tower that controls us when we land. They're also up there if we have a problem. They're a book reader. They help us walk through the situation since we're a single piloted aircraft. For a while, I flew by.
Is he gonna land his nose on that weird like block thing down here?
The ship, did an approach at 300 feet so he could see my landing gear and give me an idea of what was going on, and determined that my nose gear did not come back down. At this point, it's time to figure out how do I get the jet back on the deck safely with only 3 landing gear. So
wait, these can't hover, these planes, so how is he able to be that slow? Is the ship going like really fast and he's just like, he's actually going relatively fast, but like, how is that happening?
Eventually, Major Murphy came over the radio and told me that the ship had this amazing invention that was like basically a stool that was built specifically for this reason. The ship has a lighting system on what we call Spot 7 that we use to land at an exact spot every time. So the difference with this landing was that I was going to step it down 50, 40, 30, 20 feet to make sure I was aligned and stabilized before Major Murphy would clear me to land at 20 feet, so that it's had the best chance to actually put the nose on the stool.
This is unreal. I'm just really confused because I didn't think these planes could hover. Let me just quickly do some Googling. Let me Google it real quick. I guess they can hover? Oh, it can hover, this one. Interesting. It can hover for around 90 seconds. I'm so confused. I thought it was only the F-30. Yeah, I'm just trying to read. Sorry, I thought it was only the F-32 that could hover. What am I talking about? F-32. F-35, sorry, that's what I meant. Sorry, I'm reading at the same time. I thought it was only the F-35 that can hover. So the Harrier can hover as well? I need to do a video on this AV-8B, don't I? I haven't looked at this, I don't think. Very interesting. Let me know in the comments about that.
So I come in, and at this point, I've kind of forgotten that I don't have a nose gear. I'm just focused on landing. That's what I decided I had to do. So I'm at 20 feet stabilized, and I can't see the stool. I don't even know it's there. I didn't see it coming over the end of the ship. I looked for it. I remember looking for it and thinking, oh boy, this is going to get interesting. So I never saw the stool. So I go to idle. I remember my main gear hitting, and all of a sudden my nose dropping, and it dropped more than I expected. But at that point, I was along for the ride.
That's one hell of a bounce there, isn't it?
I go to idle. I remember my main gear.
Well, my head's in the way here. Let me move my head up here.
So I go to idle. I remember my main gear hitting, and all of a sudden my nose dropping, and it dropped more than I expected. But at that point, I was along for the ride. I don't remember feeling it bounce like it did on the videotape. I remember feeling it just kind of hit, and that was it. But then I had to sit there for a minute and remember how to shut the jet off and everything. It was pretty big relief. I didn't.
What an interesting video. This is very telling about the skills that these pilots have, isn't it?
Realize how much I was shaking until I got out of the aircraft.
Yeah, I bet.
The most interesting part, looking back at the video and watching the video, was I didn't realize that nobody was on the flight deck when I came over to land in case something went wrong, went bad.
I noticed
that was neat, having everyone come out and congratulating me and stuff. It was a little overwhelming at first. For a moment, I just wanted to catch my breath. We pride ourselves at landing on the ship perfectly like this, in the same spot every time, and doing the same thing over and over again. But there's no way to train to land in this kind of situation.
Yeah. What a absolutely fascinating video. Let me turn the volume off real quick so we can watch this part again. I'm blown away at the skill of this. I need to get my... I'm going to put my head over here. Let me... I know I'm looking in the wrong direction, but I think this is more appropriate so that you can see the whole effect of what's going on here. The fact that they've even got this interesting, like... I'll look over here, actually, at this screen. The fact that they've got this interesting, like, stool just shows that they really do think of every single scenario, don't they? I mean, what happens if they lose some of the rear landing gear? Have they got some sort of backup for that? You can see the front landing gear's like stuck, can't you? Is that what that is underneath there? Boom. Look at that. That is crazy. Wow. Again, it just goes to show the skill that these pilots have is just phenomenal, isn't it? The description says U.S. Marine Corps Captain William Mahoney, AV-8B Harrier aircraft pilot, talks about his experience during the controlled landing after his front landing gear malfunctioned and the aircraft aboard the USS Bataan at sea, June 7th, 2014. Very, very interesting video. And again, well done to Air Source Military for getting that content. I'm just, firstly, I need to do a video on the AV-8B. I did not know that this aircraft, and I'm just Googling if there's any good videos on it. Yeah, I didn't know that this aircraft could hover. I only thought it was the F-35 that could hover. And so that in itself is very surprising for me. I mean, imagine if he was in an aircraft that couldn't hover and this happened. Like, that's scary. Especially being out at sea because, I don't know, you haven't got more places to do an emergency landing, have you? Like, what happens if your landing gear just malfunctions and you haven't got the hover capabilities? You're in an aircraft that can't hover. What happens? I'm sure someone will let me know in the comments. What a very telling and strange video. And again, hats off to these pilots. They're absolute... I think that pilots are the best military trained personnel in the world. I really do. And yes, we've got special forces. I earned a Green Beret as a teenager. I know the capabilities of some soldiers, but just the amount of things they've got to calculate and understand and practice under the pressure. Pilots are just another level, aren't they? Let me know what you think in the comment section down below. I'd love to know your thoughts. Again, original video will be down in the description. If you want to go and check it out and analyze it yourself and then come back and comment on the video, I highly recommend you do that as well. Other than that, I will see you in tomorrow's video. We've got a long video coming out tomorrow. If you like the fat electrician, stay tuned for tomorrow. Until next time, I love you all. Have a wonderful day. Goodbye.